Just like this video, sometimes you feel like your life is upside down without actually realizing that all you've got to do is to turn things around. All you gotta do is to turn things around to see a better perspective and to see clearly. Well, let me guess. Chances are you kind of tilted your head to see this video quite clearly, or you thought about doing it. Well, relate this to your everyday life. How many times have you found yourself in a situation where you feel like you can't turn things around? Just twist them around. And no one said it's going to be easy. But then again, who said it's going to be easy? Nobody. Nobody said it's going to be easy. So all you got to do is to just be patient with yourself and trust God more. And allow Him the opportunity to help you to turn things around. Hey RealFam, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining. If it's your first time, my name is Nthabi and this is a Real Talk with Nthabi, a channel where you can expect everything empowerment and transformation. So today we are turning things around. And something you need to know about turning things around is that no one is going to come from nowhere to actually help you. You have got to make the decision to turn things around. Think about it. Life happens. We go through so much. We fail, we fall, we get hurt, we get broken, we lose, we win. So many things happen. And with all the negative things that happen or all the downfalls that happens, I always feel like we need to look at the brighter side of things. We always need to look at the positive because nothing lasts forever. Nothing that is not meant to stay in your life is going to last forever. So if you fall, if you can look up, it means that you can get up. If you can look up, it means that there's an opportunity for you to get back up and make things happen. Now, how do you turn things around in your life? Now, I'm going to make an example that is really something that is affecting a lot of people, is affecting the world. A lot of people are suffering from depression, anxiety, and I think that is the biggest thing that really attacks or kills, a human's ability to do things, a person's ability to prosper, to change things around, to do something with their lives. They feel helpless. They feel like I can't do anything, like I cannot amount to anything. And there can be many reasons as well. Sometimes we live in a world where we have people that do not appreciate us. You have people that don't love you or care much about you and all that. But now the truth about loving yourself more is that it saves you from such things. But now talking about depression, this is one big topic that we can talk about, but we cannot just summarize it. There is so much more. Now, I'm making an example with depression mainly because when you go through something in life and you can't control it, you can't, come to terms with making a better choice or something like that, sometimes it leads you to being depressed and just feel like this is it, this is the end of me. But I'm here to tell you that there is a way. It starts with you changing the mindset that you have and being willing to open your heart, open your mind, and allow yourself to get help, to get all the assistance possible. Now, we're not talking about depression. I just thought let me make that particular example because that is one thing again that is really affecting a lot of people, and they are stuck. They are stuck because they cannot get through or get out of that. And it can be an addiction as well. Some people are so addicted to drugs, alcohol, addicted to gambling, addicted to just about anything that makes them feel better. And it makes them feel better for just that moment. After that, it's like a fix, a temporary fix. After that, it's like they get back to the normal states. Like they feel like that pain, the stress, it's still there. So, how do you turn things around? How do you find yourself? How do you make your life better without really breaking down or just destroying, every little bit of or even that little piece of your life that can give you hope, that can help you, move over from all the negatives, all the bad things, and try to come to center and just claim your life and find yourself. Now, I'm going to mention a few points that I think you can use to really turn your life around. I think the first one should be put more emphasis on your health. I think your health is very important. So what you consume, what you eat, what you allow in your body has so much to do with how your mind functions, how your body functions. If nothing is actually good in your system, if you don't even have the right energy to actually start your day or just think about doing anything good with your life, then there's a problem. So even with exercise, I always emphasize exercise and everything, and I'll be honest with you, there are times where I feel so down, and when that happens, I feel like my body is just not doing great. And when that happens, I actually realize that I haven't been putting enough time to really take care of my body, either exercising or actually eating right. Because sometimes we get so carried away with work to a point where we even forget that, hey, we have to eat right and all of that. And you realize at the later stage or at the end of the day, I actually only had, a sandwich, or I didn't even have enough food, or I just had coffee, and then that was it. And how do you expect to function if your body doesn't have, the right nutrition, the right proteins and all that? So our health is important, and I'm actually saying this because I think the more I also say it myself, it also helps me to really change my life around, and I've seen it work for me, and I believe that someone who's watching this can actually attest to that really health has been a factor, has really been something that was able to turn my life around. So another point that you can look at is spending more time with the people that you care about and the people that are good to you and you're good to them. I think people that are good to you, people that are positive around you, those are really people you want to hang around with. Those are really people that you want to spend most of your time with, because they are just giving you positive vibes, positive vibration. So why would you want to hang out with those that are negative? You get my point? So consider spending more time with those that really are good to you. Point number 3, check how you spend your time. Evaluate on how you spend your time. Time is a commodity, time is important, and how you use it really says a lot about what's going to happen in the next minute, in the next hour, in the next year, and all of that. And this applies to just everything in your life, be it in your career, be it in your life, be it in your marriage, be it in your relationship, be it in your business. It really is affecting everything in your life. So how you use your time is very important. So always touch base and see exactly, okay, the day has ended, it's the end of the day, or the day is about to start. How do I plan to start my day, and how do I intend to make sure that I make this day worth it? So that is another point that you can look into. Another point is challenge yourself. I think one of the ways, or one of the reasons why it's important for you to turn things around, it means that you have to come to terms with the reality of what's happening in your life. What are the good things that are happening? What are the bad things that are happening? And how do you challenge yourself to actually know that, okay, these are let's not use the word bad things. So let's say the challenges, or the weaknesses, or the things that needs to be improved in your life. So you look at those things that, okay, these are my weaknesses and these are my strengths. So how do I really work on those weaknesses so that I can have a good balance of my life? I can really have a good level of, moving forward with my life and each and everything that I'm doing. So do challenge yourself, and challenging yourself, I feel like, is the best thing, unlike someone actually trying to challenge you, or someone trying to make you do something. So if you do it yourself, you become more accountable, because this is something that you're determined to do. This is something that you are making a decision to do by yourself or with yourself on your own without anyone else looking and all that. So that is another way of having that self-motivation or it's having that self-introspection to say, hey, you have challenged yourself, so make this happen. So make this happen by challenging yourself. You promise to do that? Do comment, do comment there and tell me if you're going to challenge yourself. Just comment saying, I'm going to challenge myself. Yeah. And the next point is set goals. Guys, this is, the truth about life is that there are certain routines of life. We know that when the year begins, you have to have New Year's resolutions. You have to plan ahead and all that. You have to set your goals and all that. But now, I don't want us to really do things because they are trending. I really want us to journal each and everything. Like, if it means you have to put down, you're not just doing it for the sake of everyone doing it. Have a reason why you do something. So when you set your goal, do not set your goal because, you know what, I saw Nthabi setting her goals last week on her video, on her digital vision board video. So let me just also do mine. So have a reason why you have to set your goals and be intentional about it, because if you do not have a vision or a goal, if you do not see beyond what you imagine in now, it's so difficult to even, what you put down, to actually put so much effort in terms of understanding that what I'm putting down is really one of my goals. So set your goals with intention. Do not just do things for the sake of doing it. We know that sometimes social media can make you just get into things just because you see other people are doing it and then you like it. Have a moment where you just, cut out the noise and listen to yourself and ask yourself, okay, what do I need to do? How can I do it? So please do that for yourself, by yourself, not for anyone, not for Nthabi, not for anyone else, just you. Not for Instagram, not for Facebook, not for Twitter, not for YouTube, not for anything. Do you promise? Okay. All right. Be willing to change or adapt to change. So we realized that we had a bit of shifts, in the past year. And we realized that there were a lot of things that we needed to change. Like, we needed to really have different ways of doing things and adapting to change. And sometimes adapting to change can be a very difficult thing to do. It can be stressful. You can actually feel like, oh my word, why do I have to change? Because I'm used to this normal routine. Why are now things changing? Why do I have to walk around with a mask all the time? Why do I now have to be on a screen talking and having presentations on screen, not actually physically being in an office or in a room, in the bathroom, talking about this? Why? Well, stop asking why and actually adapt to change. Understand that things will not remain the same forever. Things change, and the sooner you adapt, the better, honey. Okay? All right. Learning and unlearning is really an important thing. Now, exploring on another angle is very also important, because you really become more open-minded and you're willing to try out different things. And I think there's so much beauty in, being experimental. It's good to experiment other things, unlike having just a boring life where it's just, listen, if you enjoy your life, it's okay, but be willing to challenge yourself. It's another way of also challenging yourself, because you are exploring other things. You are maybe deciding to visit a different place that you've never been at, and it doesn't even have to be something big, but or maybe deciding to watch something that you've never watched. If you've never watched documentaries, how about you just go into Netflix and check certain documentaries, if you have time, of course. Or how about you visit a theater and just go see a play instead of you going to see a movie. Just try out something different, explore. And it can also be in your business. If you have never been to like business expos, maybe this is a time to just go and check out what happens, how things are happening out there, or even visit a different country, for example. So it can just be anything. So be ready to explore and be experimental, and yeah, you have a change of environment, learn something new. I mean, you know what, this can only be achieved if we're willing to put in the work and we just work on ourselves, or work on our crafts and make that coin, right? So until then, let's keep working until we get there. But then remember this, that you don't even have to have loads and loads of money to actually achieve something. You can have short-term goals, and you can really have a fulfilling life by just working with what you have. Remember that. Work with what you have. Do not really put pressure on yourself, and do not compare yourself with how others are doing things. Stay in your lane and do what you can with what you have, honey. You got me? All right, so I think we're going to the last one. Love yourself even through the hardest times, even through the hardest times. So earlier today on Instagram, I saw this other lady, I forgot her name. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Her post, but the thing is, I'm very good with visuals. So if something, attracted my eye, it will not get out. And typography as well has a way of just attracting me. So her post says, for honey, is it love, or is it love, forgive yourself? And I love that, because this really says that, you know what, stop being hard on yourself, forgive yourself. So love yourself even through the hardest times, even through something that is, you might have failed, you might have really messed up a good presentation by just saying something that is out of the way, and that spoiled your chances of getting a tender, getting a contract or promotion, whatever the case may be. But what I'm saying is that forgive yourself, forgive yourself. Mistakes happen. Sometimes we become so hard on ourselves, we make decisions that sometimes harm us without realizing. So the only way to move away from all of that is to forgive ourselves. So please forgive yourself and love yourself more. All right, so we've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching until this point. It means a lot to me, because you are actually helping YouTube and I to really recommend this video. And of course, if you like it and comment, I think there are more chances. I mean, think about it, the algorithm changes each and every day, but the truth is, the more engagements we get on our videos, the more we can actually grow, the more we can actually reach more people. And after all, the real fam needs to grow. Don't you want it to grow? I want it to grow. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and clicking on that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And of course, you're welcome to check some of my videos. I've got playlists on amazing empowerment and inspiration, and I've got tips on YouTube, and also there's the morning glory, which happens every day at 8 a.m. without fail, unless of course something happens that you can consider joining. All right, okay, let me stop blabbing. Love you. Mwah.